I will say, over the past couple of weeks, I've been watching a few different movies from the movie watch list, and I have watched one that was recommended to me by Jed Halpin in the Movie Cheer Town community, and Jed recommended Dark City, the director's cut. And this was a while ago. Jed recommended this movie to me, and this is a movie from, I think it was in '97, maybe. I think it was 1997. It was released. I think around that time anyway. And I believe it was by the same director of The Crow. Now, this movie, the premise of the movie, basically, you've got this main character called John Murdoch, who wakes up in this hotel room, and basically he wakes up and he's been suspected of murdering someone, and he doesn't know who he is. He's kind of like he's lost his memory. He's trying to work out who he is and whether he did commit murders. He doesn't know it much. And then you see it's a science fiction movie, this, and you see these events unfold, and basically you see these villains in this movie called the Strangers, where they're kind of like manipulating the city, and they're doing these weird things. And you see John realize he has certain abilities throughout this story as well. And it stars Rufus Sewell, if I'm pronouncing that right. He plays the character of John Murdoch, the main lead character. And also you have William Hurt in there as well, who recently passed. And you have Kiefer Sutherland in there as well. He plays this doctor character in this movie. But it's a really one I was really looking forward to seeing for a while. And you know what? It lived up to the hype Jed was giving it. He sold it to me, and I really enjoyed it. It was a really good science fiction movie. Kind of don't want to go into too much detail because I'll spoil it, but it's, for me, I'm watching it, and it's kind of like, I said this to Jed, it reminded me of like the Truman Show meets the TV show Fringe. The villains in it were kind of like Darth. There was like this. I think they're called the Strangers in this movie, the villains, and they all look like Hellraiser come Darth Vader without the mask on, and they reminded me of the Observers in the TV show Fringe a bit, like the kind of like these evil characters within the movie, and like I said, the changing things, the changing people's memories and stuff. I'm giving too much away, but it's just a really interesting story. But I feel like there was a lot of it. Like, there was certain elements where I'm thinking, reminds me a bit like Truman Show. I don't know what it was, but I think maybe it's just like this weird city where things are being, like Truman Show. Truman is being manipulated. He's being manipulated in this world, and everyone within the city is kind of being manipulated by these people, these strangers. And it was a really good story, and I've heard comparisons to it being like before it came out, before the Matrix came out, and I've heard people comparing it to the Matrix or saying it influenced the Matrix. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't really see similarities between the two movies. Myself, I couldn't see it. Maybe visually, there's certain elements where you could say, "Oh, that's a bit like the Matrix," a bit. I was watching it, I was thinking, I couldn't really see any like comparisons to The Matrix. I think in their own right, they're both great movies. But this is a hidden gem of a sci-fi movie. This is one I'd never watched before, one I'd never heard about until Jed mentioned it. And a few people have mentioned it since, and it is well worth checking out. If you like science fiction, definitely check out Dark City. I can't comment on the original cut, so I don't know what the original version's like. Jed recommended the director's cut. That's the one I watched, and I really enjoyed it, and I think it's well worth checking out if you like your sci-fi.